Welcome to JD's Prep. The next few questions are about Florida oranges. So we're told that a disease that affects orange trees has led to the destruction of numerous orange trees in Florida. Orange growers have unsuccessfully tried to stop the spread of the disease by cutting down infected trees and using a variety of pesticides on the insects that spread the disease. The growers fear that if nothing further is done, entire crops could be wiped out in the near future. In hopes of saving Florida's orange industry, scientists are attempting to alter the DNA of orange trees by inserting DNA that codes for disease resistance from a different plant species. So our first question is, what is the name of the technique that's used to alter the DNA of orange trees? So if we're talking about altering DNA, we're talking about genetic engineering. You could talk, say more specifically, so like manipulating or splicing genes, but the overall term for the process would be genetic engineering. All right, and explain this next question. Explain why growing oranges with disease resistance is better for the environment than using pesticides to control the spread of the disease. So pesticides have other negative effects on the environment. So they are introducing a chemical to the environment. It could have effects on other species. It obviously kills the insects. It can bioaccumulate in organisms. It can biomagnify up a food chain, and it essentially is potentially just altering the ecosystem of the area. So there are negative impacts to using pesticides. Also, bugs can become pesticide resistant, so they're not necessarily a long-term option. And lastly, we're asked to identify a trait other than disease resistance that the orange trees could have that would be beneficial to the growers. So think of any trait that would make possibly the yields higher or the fruit easier to sell or easier to grow. So resisting drought, resisting certain temperatures, a faster growth rate, larger fruit, better tasting fruit. All of those would be traits that would be beneficial. All right, thank you for using JD's Prep.